Well, welcome back. Trails Through Daybreak 2 story demo. There's also a battle system demo, but I'm doing the story demo. So let's see where we left off. Loading save, proceed. Yes, please. I am playing on normal difficulty here. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, we're doing the Trails Through Reverie thing? I'm sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. I was not expecting this. Although we have already been introduced in the prologue to branching timelines. Well, spoilers, although if you've got this far, presumably you've watched or played the prologue yourself. Van and Elaine were killed, flat out killed in the prologue, but somehow there was something that happened and they were sent back in time, 40 minutes or so. And that changed everything because Elaine and Kincaid, not Elaine and Kincaid, Agnes and Kincaid decided that they would come onto the scene sooner and they were able to rescue the other two. Now, I had a feeling he was going to ask these two to be substitute Spriggans, but I didn't think we would be playing as them. Okay, because this says Act 1A, I'm going to go with that, and we can do Act 1B later. I'm still flabbergasted, though. I wasn't expecting this. Ooh, a lighthouse.
Damn, where'd that brat go?
Hunt him down! We can't let that lead slip, no matter what!
Is that Hayway? We're wearing Hayway-like outfits. Dad. Several days later. Republic of Calvard. Here we are. I didn't even realize it was a port city. Nestle Dam. Mentioned in the first game a lot. Whoa!
Shit! Turns out these bastards are the shoot first type. I'll draw their fire. In the meantime, you...
Judith!
Well, this went sideways fast. Still, we can't just let them get their hands on that key.
What is going on?
What the?
Gun her down already!
Oh, that's the other actress, Nina.
I have to get this lead to Ron. Woman in black?
What are you doing here? Follow me, we're off this boat.
Oh, I see.
This way! Get a move on!
They're in a movie.
And cut!
Yep. Gotti talked Van into being in the movie. And Judith is doing her own stunts, I see.
Flawless take, girls! Judith, you were fantastic. And Nina, sensational! This scene, where your characters first meet, is gonna be a major highlight. And the camera's loving that foxy, skin-tight jumpsuit. Woo! It's the perfect fusion of eros and savagery.
Oh, you and your arrows.
Director, could you maybe inject a little less sexual harassment into your feedback?
It's an honor to finally be a part of one of your films, Mr. Gotti. These action scenes are so intense. You're quite the visionary.
Don't understate your own talent, my dear. Not everyone could play a role like Michelle.
Miss Lanster!
Hello.
Oh, crap.
Oh my gosh, that's the original Grimcat from 2 generations back. My goodness.
Excuse you?
Well, hello, Dominique. Nice of you to come visit us on location.
Of course. Even in my glory days, I always preferred a hands-on approach. Besides, how could I miss the rare opportunity to observe my granddaughter's acting up close and personal?
Oh, I guess I better pull out all the stops.
2 of the most popular starlets of today, coached by Dominique Lanster, a celebrated singer of yesteryear. This is shaping up to be one hell of a movie.
Petra.
It's a crossover between Golden Blood and Wolves Requiem, correct?
Wait, what? The heroine died at the end of Wolves Requiem, so I'm not sure what's going on.
That alone is enough to draw anyone in. What else did you expect?
Holy cow! I've never seen the special effects come together so quickly before. And the way you sync the footage is spot on. Where'd you learn this stuff, kid?
It's really nothing special. I'm a researcher at the Basel Institute of Science, so computers are second nature to me. There's a lot of overlap between video editing and the visual analysis we do in observational astronomy.
We got a regular boy wonder here. The rest of you better start taking notes.
Yes, sir.
Remind me, Van, how exactly did we get wrapped up in this?
I was about to ask that. Several hours earlier. I was expecting it to be several days earlier. Petra.
So this is Messeldom's Harbor District. It's a lot more developed than I expected. Now where's that address Van gave me?
Your destination is roughly 200 ARJ from your current position.
Oh, I see. The robot pals decided to come in stealth mode. I can understand why. I'm sure they cause a sensation wherever they go.
Right, it should be just around that corner. Okay, you two, let's be on our way.
Oh, there you are. Long time no see, Catra. What's it been? 2 months now?
Just about. It feels nice getting to chat face to face instead of over comms. I'm really glad to see you and Judith haven't changed a bit.
Judith Lanster. Award-winning actress.
Right back at you, Catra. Are you sure they don't need you at the Institute, though?
Oh, I've already finished my compulsory courses for the semester. I even had enough spare time to upgrade Theo and Zeros.
My processing speed has increased by 15%. Catra worked hard on it.
That's our little whiz kid for you.
Wow. So you made their AI even smarter, huh?
I also added a few new features, but that's probably more than you would care to hear about. Come to think of it, aren't you in the middle of shooting a film, Judith?
Yeah, production started on location in early January. It's a crossover between last year's 2 big blockbusters. Directors Gotti and Lam are collaborating on it. We're only working on Gotti's part right now, but the cast and crew's really getting into the swing of things. That means I'll only be able to investigate between shoots. Sorry, Van.
Hey, no skin off my back. I'm just happy you're willing to help. But you know, you really don't need to bother if your schedule's packed.
The bits and pieces I heard about what happened at the Capitol are already too much to ignore. Do you mind filling us in on the details, now that Catra's here?
Yes, I'd like some clarification on that whole affair.
All right, I'll try and keep it short and sweet.
So that's how things went. It's almost too surreal to believe. A dark red beast that resembles the Grindel? Almada's legacy. This demands our attention, especially if the first Genesis reacted. No kidding. I borrowed this one just in case, but be honest, I don't know how much use it'll be. True, they tend to only glow in Agnes's presence. That strange phenomenon you mentioned is another point of concern. I wish I could explain it better. It ain't easy to put into words. Doesn't sound like we have much to go off of at this point. Is the capital safe, at least? Yeah, I left Agnes and a few other folks I can trust to hold down the fort. If worst comes to worst, Elaine's there, so they should be fine for now. Understood. Then I suppose the three of us should get to looking for Almada's legacy. Right. It's been too long since I've seen some real action. And I'm not about to turn a blind eye to anything involving Almada. Besides, even on a tight schedule, I've always found time for a side gig or two. That's right. A case like this is nothing for Judas Lancer. Let me at him. Did something happen to Judith since we last met, Van? Her Grammy put her through the ringer when she got home back last December. Sure, I've made a lot of mistakes lately, but who hasn't? I'm doing my best here. That whole scandal with me and Maxim wasn't even my fault. And yet, even Mom won't stick up for me. Well, if I don't start showing some improvement front stage and backstage, I'll never hear the end of it. I don't think I've ever seen Judith like this before. Her grandmother must be terrifying. Ring, ring. Oh, look who it is. And we were just talking about him, too. Gotti! Arkwright here. How's it been, Director?
Van! Oh, boy, am I glad you picked up. Judith tells me you're in Messeldom right now.
Sure am. Let me guess. You in some kind of trouble?
I'll say. One of our actors is running late. If we don't act fast, it'll mean major delays in our shooting schedule. And wouldn't you know it? Today's supposed to be Nina's first day on the set. We'll need a stand-in, but the role takes a fair bit of physicality, so as far as viable candidates go...
Are you asking what I think you're asking?
I know it's short notice, Van, but be a good sport. Think of it as a little favor from you to me.
Pay him. Pay him, he'll do it. Everyone, for real? Despite Van's initial reluctance at the director's request, Gotti's relentless passion eventually convinced him to accept. With Katra's help, the filming went off without a hitch. The playback looks good. Let's take 5, everybody. Art Capriccio. You sure saved my ass, Van. I had no idea you were such a talented stuntman. We'll have to shoot some pickup when Ethan gets here, but the whole day would have been a bust without you. Ethan was the actor that won, I think. He was in Will's Requiem, I think. That fight scene you choreographed for us was the cherry on top. Heck, I ought to get you and Katra on staff. No, it was no big deal. But out of curiosity, do full-timers get access to unedited cuts of the adult scenes? That's something I would expect a certain redhead to say, not you. Okay, that's enough out of both of you. Oh, brother. Job does seem fun, though. By the way, what's Grammy up to? Oh, she's helping Nina run lines for the next scene. I'll tell you this much. Bringing her on board really lit a fire under our asses. Oh, that's the actor, I think. Dominique Lanster, the biggest, and there's a French word I'm going to have trouble saying, chansonnier, apologies to anyone who actually speaks French, of her generation. Even after retiring, she still has a finger in every corner of the business. Apparently, she'll only take on jobs when the mood strikes her. But any production she touches becomes a massive hit. That's an impressive resume. She sounds like a woman of many talents. Rami coaches everything from stage and screen actors to professional athletes. She even has experience planning large-scale events. It's all done behind the scenes, too, so the industry sees her as a legend, a real genius in her field. Who would have thought we'd end up working with her here in Nestledown? Ha ha ha! I take it you didn't hear about it until the last minute either, eh, Judith? Well, the good news is, now we've got a cinematic masterpiece for the ages on our hands. Keep an eye out for the premiere. I gotta run, but I'll see to it you get paid in a few days for all your help. You are speaking Rand's language when you say that. No rest for a director, is there? I hope we were able to lighten the load, if nothing else. For sure. In fact, you bought me some time, too. With today's shoot out of the way, I should be free until evening. All right, then. I think we've hung around here long enough. You two ready to roll? First things first, we need to track down Almada's legacy. Of course, that's easier said than done. We should be able to sniff out some clues in town, though. Let's make the rounds and see what turns up. I'd like to poke around Almada's old stomping grounds in particular. Right. As far as Messedown goes, that place tops the list. Oh, and I've spread the word about 4 SPGs like you asked, so we might have a few of those to do. Good looking out. While we're at it, we might as well stop by the White Whale Inn. There's something in my room I wanted to show you guys. You must mean that new software from Murdoch? Murdoch. No, this is not A-Team. Marduk. Very well. We can drop in at some point as we work through our requests. Oh! That's it! That marks the end of the story demo. Sob. Well, that wasn't very long then, was it? Sorry about that. Save data created with this demo can be loaded into the full product, allowing you to continue your game from where you left off. But, wait. Wait. Can I do this? Substitute Spriggans? Act 1B? I can. Also on the 27th. February 27th, 9:45 a.m.
Damn it! Who the hell are these kids? They just won't let up!
Ooh.
Give it up already.
You might want to listen to him. There's no throwing us off the scent.
It's like I told you before! I would never scam a soul, I swear!
Oh, you don't need to act dumb. The fact that you're even trying means you already are.
What
Ouch.
else do you expect from a third-rate crook? You left so much glaring evidence behind that we stopped bothering to collect it all partway through.
Snot-nosed little... I'll show you third rate!
That adds attempted assault to your charges. Do you like digging this hole any deeper?
It's too late to backpedal now that you've put your true colors on blast.
Okay, fine. I'll admit it. But hear me out. I've got a proposition. Let me go free, and I'll give you half of my take. What do you say to that? And besides, what's wrong with pulling one over on some lousy ex-convict anyway? They deserved it.
Who won't let up now? How long their rap sheet is makes no difference. Fraud is fraud.
Don't get me wrong. I could go for the extra pocket change, but it wouldn't be any fun to play with dirty money.
Oh, brainless brats. What are you planning to do with me then? Hand me over to the cops? Or the guild, maybe? Try it! And the bastard who put you up to this is gonna be in for a world of hurt! Once a scumbag, always a scumbag! No matter how reformed they are! You really expect them to live the life of a normal person? Not in a million years!
Once a scumbag, always a scumbag. I guess we can't argue with that.
Yeah. Run as you might, the past has a way of catching up to you.
But the second someone tries to accept it and move on anyway, you think it's cool to talk smack about them? That kinda ticks me off.
Turning over a new leaf takes commitment. If you want to spit on that, we're not going to let it slide.
Just stay away!
As if we'd turn you into the guild or police. Those namby-pambies would let you off way easy.
You took things outside the law, and they'll stay there. We know plenty of other discreet ways to do a petty criminal in.
What did you do? Why would you side with them, of all people? I even held back on making a move until that meddling Spriggan left town.
That's where you went wrong. You took a stupid chance based on some half-baked intel.
I mean, yeah, the guy you're talking about is out of the capital, but that's why he's having us fill in for him.
We're what you might call substitute Spriggans.
I have no idea what's going on here, but that's hysterical. 5 days earlier. Substitute Spriggans? Us? Temporarily, yeah. What do you think? I think some advance notice would have been nice. What would we have to do exactly? It's just like it sounds. You'd be acting as my proxies. That means taking on any 4 SPG's requests that crop up while I'm out of town. This office here would be yours to use as a base of operations. I'll even hook you up with some contacts of mine that you might find handy. Sounds like a pretty good deal, actually. Think of 4 SPGs as a way to get the lay of the land, make connections, and gather intel. Heck, they might even help you pick up some dirt on whatever it is you're looking for. That's how I'd approach it, anyway. So that's what you meant by substitute Spriggans. It does make sense. Yeah, I considered doing the whole part-time assistant thing again, but with how long I'll be gone, this felt like the better option. Plus, with them taking care of the place, you won't have to bother. You guys can handle it just fine, right? We've got a lifetime of experience to fall back on, so the requests themselves won't be a problem. But are you sure it's okay for us to be playing Spriggan? I mean, don't you guys have some special style of doing things? To an extent. You don't have to take on every 4 SPG, and once you do, there's no hard and fast rules on how to get it done. Those parts will be 100% up to you guys. That said, whatever you end up doing, just make sure it's something you can live with. At the end of the day, it's all our style really boils down to. And I always follow it as best I can. I see. And... well, I'm sold. We'll take you up on your offer. Starting today, we're your new substitute Spriggans. Since you're both still finding your footing in Edith, I'll lend you as much support as I can. You've got school to worry about. I'll keep it within reason. Just enough so that it doesn't interfere with my studies. Hey, it's your education. For what it's worth, we'd appreciate the help. Yeah, you can show us the ropes, Aggie. Of course, I'd be more than happy to. We'll hash things out in more detail tomorrow. In the meantime, there's a free room upstairs. Should be fine for you to crash there for a while. The man running the bistro's downstairs is the landlord, right? We'll ask if he's okay with it. Either way, it'll take a day for us to head back to the inn and get our luggage together. Guess that makes this TTFN. See you tomorrow. TTFN? I have no idea. Totally fine? No, that doesn't work. Whew. And I thought yesterday was busy. But sure has been a lot going on lately. It feels like last year all over again. Yeah, well, personally, I don't miss having to dig my way out of mortal peril every 5 seconds. The only digging I want to do right now is into that creamy cocoa pudding I've been saving. You think she left it for you? I think she probably ate it. You can pretend otherwise, but I know Van would be the first of us to jump headlong into danger. My pudding! I knew it. She really did eat it. Van? It's gone. Oh, tell me this isn't happening. Wait. What's with this note? Thanks for the pudding. It was delish. Nadia. So she wasn't messing around? That little sneak actually ate the damn thing? And it was only available for a limited time. I'm gonna miss him while he's away. But at least things won't be boring around here. Back in the present. Zen, yes?
I was starting to think I'd never catch up. Oh, there you are, Aggie. We just nabbed us a sleazy shark. Already? That must be some kind of record. Although I probably shouldn't celebrate quite yet.
Cough up the Mira.
But I already gave back everything I took!
Oh, we're not talking about that, silly. You still have a compensation tax to settle.
What?
Just because you made things even doesn't mean you made them right. Now get to it before you wind up a human pincushion.
Should I start with the right side or the left? Choices.
I wondered if she was going to do this act, which is not always an act.
Actually, why don't I let you pick? See? Aren't I just the sweetest?
Stop! Whatever you want, I'll pay it. Just please don't kill me.
Makes you wonder who the bad guy is in this scenario.
Act 1B, Substitute Spriggans. All right. Client got their mirror back, with interest. With one more request in the bag. Another job well done, you two. I know the plan was for me to walk you through Edith and some 4 SPGs. But it turns out you never needed it. I suppose there wasn't much point in me tagging along. I wouldn't say that at all. With you around, I only have to make half as many snappy retorts at Nadia. That's priceless. Oh, so that's what you meant. You helped with plenty of other things, too. Take the con man. We wouldn't have caught him half as fast if you hadn't picked up on him. Yep, it was a total cakewalk thanks to you, Aggie. Really? That makes me feel a bit better. But you know, we can take it from here for today. You still have prep work to do for the festival, right? Yeah, go get on that. The two of us have this down pat. Well, if you're absolutely sure. I'll come back later tonight to bring you some snacks. You really don't have to put yourself out for us. Not that we'd ever say no to free eats. Anyway, have fun at school. Gotta have fun storming the castle hide from that. Phew. Finally! Little Miss Chaperone has left the building. I can spend my whole day slacking off. And that differs from any other day. How? Well, for one thing, I won't have Aggie giving me grief for bumming around. Ever consider not bumming around? Ooh, there's Elaine.
Odd.
Sorry, nobody's home. Arkwright Solutions is on extended vacation.
Hardly convincing.
You're that bracer.
What part of vacation did you not get? If you're looking for Van, he's still out of town on business.
Oh, I'm well aware. He's filled me in on the whole situation, including the two of you. Temporary arrangements aside, I shouldn't have to tell you that Spriggans don't take vacations.
You heard the woman.
Aw, and after we just got rid of Aggie, too. So long, Easy Street. It was nice knowing you.
So, what brings Beauty's Blade here? I could understand it if Van were around. This has nothing to do with him. Rather, I have a request to make of you in particular. Us specifically? Are you subcontracting the way people do with Van? Not quite. Technically, this would be more of a collaborative effort. I'd like your assistance with the case I'm working on. Now I'm even more confused. What kind of help can we offer one of the guild's top bracers? Let me explain. Edith Orbital Network is currently experiencing minor delays and interruptions. They aren't quite frequent enough to constitute a major problem just yet. But something similar occurred last year in Basel, and it turned out to be far more severe than initially assumed. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. We've dealt with this before. With that in mind, we can't afford to leave this matter be. I'm not too caught up on that incident in Basel, but wasn't Almada the one behind it? Yes, of course, I realize it's unlikely that this is anywhere close to that scale. That doesn't mean some other criminal isn't employing a similar method. So this is just a troubleshooting job? Wouldn't someone else out there be a better fit for this sort of thing? Heck, there's a famous super hacker here in Edith who's been in the game since the Orbital Net was born. Yes, she has. The girl you're referring to is otherwise engaged. In fact, it was she who directed me to you. Oh, that explains it. Jeez, Ren. Throws under the bus much? So, how about it? Is this 4SPG to your liking? I'd better reschedule your shacking appointment, Nadia. Oh, slacking. Fine, whatever. I'm a big girl. I can do stuff when I have to. And hey, we might find a clue about the you-know-what we're looking for along the way. You-know-what? It's settled then. Arkwright Solutions substitute Spriggans are on the case. Looking forward to working with you, Elaine. The pleasure's all mine. Probably. Well, no time to waste. Mind filling us in on what you know so far? Unfortunately, there isn't much to go on yet. The Communications Bureau representative did send us a statistical report on the network failures. If you don't mind giving me your contact info, I can forward it to your Cyphas. So they use Cyphas, even though they're not from Calvert. Okay. Sure thing. Yeah, I'm down.
Contact information exchanged. Data transmitted and synchronized.
Nothing about these numbers struck me as conspicuous. conspicuous. I don't see any obvious patterns either. All I can really glean is that the occurrences are limited to inside the capital. We could probably figure something out if we had a larger sample size. You're not wrong. These service problems are just infrequent enough to keep us in the dark. Indeed, which gives us every reason to believe they're being done deliberately. Yeah, something definitely feels off about this. We just dealt with some Arbol network trouble ourselves a little bit ago. You mean in the Marching Garden? I'd say it's less dealt with and more still dealing with. Maybe I'm off the mark, but you think it's related? The Marching Garden? Renee, that is, from Kincaid, from the CID, told me about it. Whether or not it has any bearing to this case, however, may be difficult to determine. Don't quote me on this, but I'd say the probability is pretty slim. On what basis? The garden's got a wide surface area with coverage across both Calvard and Orid State. But only the capital's having issues, leaving us with a bunch of pieces that don't fit. I don't know if anything's changed now that the signal's been hijacked. The garden's original main server is probably in Orid, where Marduke's headquarters is. In which case, it wouldn't make much sense for Edith to be affected before Orid. Pretty much, yeah. If you ask me, we're dealing with something totally different here. I see. Your reasoning is sound. Say we narrowed our search down to Edith. What locations would you find suspect? Well, going by the data, the delays and interruptions are popping up all willy-nilly. It's almost like someone doesn't want us to dig deeper, so they're randomizing the values. Throw us off track. Meaning, what exactly? If the location and frequency of these outages are being manually controlled over the whole city, then we should be able to narrow down the source of the interference. Now I get it. There's only so many places in Edith that could emit a signal like that. Which leaves Tryon Tower as our most likely candidate. Oh my gosh, do we get to go on the tower? And with that, we have our destination. You know, I've got a funny feeling this was all just one big test. But yeah, I guess you're all set now. Happy trails. Hope it all goes well. You're not getting off that easy. Oh. The two of you are exactly as you described. He told you about us? Oh yeah, I heard she was in Edith for a little while. What did she say? In brief, that you were very capable for your age, and that your dynamic never failed to warm the heart. Capable, I get, but where'd that second part come from? What kind of impression did we leave on those guys? Oh, what are you getting all huffy about? I don't think she meant it in a bad way. It sounded more like she was calling us a perfect pair. Entitled to that opinion. Still, it works. You and me do make a perfect pair of partners. Guess we'll have to buckle down and prove her right. It's one interpretation. Not the one I would have gone for, though. Ha 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 ha. You can't help but be reminded of how we were back in the day. Ben would always try to worm his way out of things. I'd have to be the one to drag him along. Something on your mind? Not at all. Now, let's head over to Tryon Tower, 3rd District. Fine. Off we go then. Is it going to stop? Still going. Before we leave, did remember to bring it, right? You mean the thing Aggie gave me? Yeah, I've got it. Okay, they gave her one of the Genesis. The Arc Genesis. 8 devices left behind by Professor Epstein. Plus a sentient hollow and the Grindel. Almost sounds like a fairy tale. I wish, but they're all too real. And now we've got one more in the mix. A dark red Grindel. It was so sinister looking. Almost like a beast. Maybe you've got a long-lost brother, Van. I seriously doubt it. It's a real threat, that's for sure. My gut keeps saying it's something that shouldn't exist. Yeah. And then there's the way things got all paranormal on me. What do you mean? It's hard to describe, not to mention my memory's a little hazy. Can't say how, but I wager it has something to do with the Genesis. You two just be careful while you're out there, okay? No promises, but sure. We'll keep our eyes peeled for any ghosties and ghoulies. Hey, I'm being serious here. Nadia, Sven, you should take this with you. A Genesis? But this was your great-grandpa's. It's yours to remember him by. Are you sure you feel okay leaving it with us? Between my studies and the school festival, my schedule is a lot busier than usual. So I'm not sure how often I'll be around to help out. It's more for peace of mind, really, but think of this as a good luck charm of sorts. You did say these things triggered strange phenomena before. All right, we'll hang on to it. We promise to take extra good care of it. I want you to have one too, Van. We don't even know if they'll react without you around. But if it makes you feel better, then why not? Might as well, seeing as that 8 Genesis is still out there somewhere. Don't worry. I put it inside Marquee Bear. MK2. For safekeeping. I don't know how safe one of your exploding pairs is. Maybe now we'll get to run into something paranormal ourselves. I sure hope not. We have a bit of time to spare. Is there anywhere you'd like to go beforehand? Now that you mention it, there's probably some 4 SPGs posted. We can just put those off until later, though. On the contrary, it'd be best to take care of them sooner rather than later. I'd even be willing to lend a hand. You would? I thought Spriggan business was below you A-rank bracer types. Propriety aside, my involvement will speed up the process. And while I know it isn't the same as if Van were here, I would like to take this opportunity to see a Spriggan's day-to-day myself. Well, if you're sure it's fine, we can use the help. Better yet, you can go solo and get a hands-on look. If you need me, I'll be taking a nap upstairs. Nice try. You're no fun today. At any rate, I'll leave the particulars of our agenda up to you two. Anything urgent we had should be wrapped up by now, so the guild requests can take top priority. If there's any room for a few more, that's fine too. Alrighty, let's get cracking. Well, we got a glimpse of where this chapter's going. And a pretty interesting one at that. This is the end of the story demo. Well, let's do some save data. Well, actually, it looks like we can't do save data with that. That's fine. She's taking a selfie in front of the tower. Yep, I guess they have reached full assimilation now that everyone's got social media and is doing selfies and posting. They've caught up with us, basically. The Arbo Revolution started 50 years ago, and it took them 50 years to get to modern day. Well, I am really looking forward to the 14th. I have my disc on order. It is the special version, the limited edition one. And last time, it was almost a week later than the release to get to me. So hopefully this time it will get to me on time. We'll see what happens. And I guess we'll have to take it up again then. So thanks for watching, guys. You take care. Have a good rest of your day.